Happy Fun Day Monday. After Sunday Fun Day. After 4 days of being with fam, friends. We're hitting that kerplunk of back to school, back to work, back to reality, back to, oops, we got about 24, 23 days left till the next shebang. And we got to work really hard till then because there's a lot going on. I found myself today having a client cancel. And I thought, all right, I'll do my laundry. All right, I'll get a couple things done that I have neglected or wasn't in a rush to do because I just really didn't want to. And I was just feeling like nothing's really motivating me. And if I turn this chair, I look out the window and this chair rocks. So when family and friends are so on call me, and anyone that knows me and knows the spiritual aspect of me, I will say it's just another day in the rocking chair. And of course, the I guess 4 years ago, with the whole lockdown, I would tease around and say, yep, just in the rocking chair, look, watching the squirrel show. Just another day in my rocking chair, watching the squirrel show. So anyway, as I turned and I said that today, I thought, if I have one more day looking at the same scenery, doing the same thing, even though my 3 jobs take me all over the place, keep things interesting, there's still an energetic kerplunk that is going on. I have another friend and another few friends who have expressed they're just done. They're just done. They're over it. Let's just get this show on the road, please. No more repeats. No more bringing back an old program and trying to bring it into a new series. We're just freaking done with it. And so I just took some time today to just sit back a little bit. And how I really get a lot of messages is when someone will call me. Someone called me just a little while ago and said, very first words, I don't know what is going on with me, but I just can't. It's not happening. What the hell is happening? So I was like, in an instant, these messages start to come through. So I had to write it down after I shared it with her. And this is how it was coming through because this is what I was hearing. There are no gears, no shifting in ways that we are used to. The world isn't spinning the same. I see Earth coming to a very slow movement, almost to a stop. It's just out there in the abyss with nothing around it in darkness. But I do see what feels like energetic hands molding and shaping what the Earth is doing. So let me go back here. I see the Earth spinning in a very slow way, in movements almost to a stop. People, places, things are falling, and in some cases jumping off into the abyss. So it's almost like it was slowing down to a stop. So that the stuff that was no longer needed to carry on it was leaving. There was no shake. There's no uproar. There was no technicolor. It was just slowing it down long enough where I was seeing people, places, and things just coming off of it. Then they were sharing that many have no clue, but to the ones who are awake, we are watching and waiting, and some of us with very little patience. The new spin, the new rotation, will almost be on a new axis. I'm hearing that all we can do is make the best of it, or whine, complain, and eat cheese. So I would go back and listen to that. Now, my other girlfriend just texted me and she said that her guide was telling her something very similar to this morning, to what I was getting. And that she was like, look, I don't want to seem whiny and I don't want to be remembered for being here on earth and being whiny during these times of immense change. She said her guide said, you will be remembered for having courage. And then I said to her, it's interesting because last night I had this overwhelming feeling of loneliness. I mean, it was an ache into different compartments of my physical that felt so real. And I remember looking around the room, and when I say my guides, it is my higher self. And then it is living, breathing consciousness that comes around me in the form of energy, shapes, and colors. So that is who I talk to, and that is who I believe talks back to me. So I call them my guides. They're just letting me know in some physical shape that they're there. They've never given me a name. They have literally shown me multiple levels of my higher self. And that it's merged all into one, much like the Russian doll, which is what an image that came onto me about 5-6 years ago that was then confirmed by another healer. So it's like the bigger version, the bigger sister, bigger brother of me are all on the same funnel of information. And that I'm available in this smaller physical form to be a beacon to transmit this energy and then to have an understanding of it. So my guides will also have a very humorous side to them when they were having me say, I'm hearing that all we can do is make the best of it. And then they were showing me, or wah, 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 rah, 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 eat cheese. So whatever that means to you, whatever that may trigger in you, to open up other vessels and pathways of flowing information to you, from you, to ignite you, to receive and be a better receiver of information. I hope this message helps you. Because you're not alone. You're not alone. We are all here playing our part, and some of us feel like, here, I'm on stage, I've done my rehearsal. Where is everybody? I was also telling my friend that called that I've already jumped off the cliff a long, long time ago, all by myself. And I'm down here looking back up. And there's part of me that wants to climb back up the cliff and give people a swift kick in the ass to just take the plunge. Just freaking jump. Get down here with me. Right? I've explained it in other videos that I feel like I've done what I'm supposed to do. I'm way ahead of the game. I'm at the intersection. I'm looking around at this four-way stop and these lights, and it's all vast and empty. I'm like, where the hell are you people? Where are you? Where are those of you who said you were going to do what you were supposed to do when you got here, but you got all caught up? And you're way back there. And there's a part of you that's nudging you to let it go, but you think, oh no, I've got to have this, But you're here to meet other people at certain intersections of life, and you're not there showing them up, giving them your support. So I learned that back in 2000, no, 1998, when the guides showed me that my job was to get busy with it and to meet those that were on the same travel and the same lines of travel to get to where I needed to be. And the slower that I became because I got caught up in life's minutia, I was letting them down because they're there waiting. And so this pertains to this level of physical: flesh, bones, 3D, touch and see, smell, sniff, scratch, kick, scream, vehicle. So there's people that are non-bodied and people that are bodied that are here waiting for us to do what we're supposed to do. And if you don't know what that is, sit still and begin to ask. And you don't need to sit still like in the rocking chair. I mean, ask and then go about your day and be ready to receive messages as you need to. Or go into a meditative breathwork session with me and let me help. Because we can ignite some of this fuel. But you have to be willing to sit, get into the breath, and do the work yourself. Because I'm an empowerment coach, an embodiment coach, a life experienced coach, here to help you receive and enjoy and be the same. Because we're all here to do jobs and work. So it's becoming boring because our team isn't here. We're on this platform all by ourselves just waiting. And we're getting a little frustrated and it's no fun. So get busy with it, or sit in your puddle or your rocking chair and just keep waiting for life to happen to you, instead of getting out there and interacting with life and allowing your team, your higher self, to merge and purge into the physical vehicle, so that all the buttons, the dials are here and you're ready and now able to begin to work them. Because you're in the commander seat when you do that. If not, you're allowing life to happen to you. And then you pick and control things in ways that may be self-sabotaging, because you're not taking into full consideration that you need to kerplunk into this physical body and use this apparatus as the back windows of a computer that aren't being used every day. That there's more to this than what you just do on a daily basis. So anyway, with my guides talking to me last night, I said to them, I don't want you to feel like I feel like I've been abandoned and that I'm wallowing in my emotional self-pity. I said, because I'm not. I'm acknowledging this deep yearning, this feeling of wanting this camaraderie with all of the teams that said they would be here with me. The flesh and bones teams. And that it felt very lonely and very achy. And so I asked them last night to please come forth, and I needed an energetic universal hug and a really deep night's sleep, and they delivered that. So this does take courage, and in courage we walk through some of the storms that may look and see and feel uncomfortable or unknown, but we got to go through them. And you already know at this age you can walk through a lot of those, and you look back and you go, wow, my fear was the biggest part of that. My fear is what held me up. My fear froze me. But look at that, it wasn't as bad as I thought it was after all. And look at the wisdom that I have now. I know for me, I'm not afraid to walk through anything. I've been through so much in my life, and especially my adult life. There is nothing that I probably wouldn't walk through. except for some basic things like literally off a physical cliff or out of a building with no elevator, shit like that. Let's get real. Don't want you to take me literally here. So anyway, Fun Day Monday is about to come to a close. Sun's going down here in the DC area. So are you ready to greet Tuesday? Are you ready? You ready to get a session and explore? Have another adventure? Step into the unknown? Find out where your strengths really are and how much communication you're missing out on. You're missing out on important key ingredients in communication. So much love to each and every one of you, and I look forward to seeing you on the next video. Like, subscribe, and share. Email me. Let's get an appointment on the books. All right? Much love.